Good day, Chapter 6, Power BI DAX. DAX stands for Data Analysis Expression. So, it is a library of functions and operators that can be combined to build a formula and expressions in Power BI. It's the same thing like creating formula on Excel and doing some logical expression using SQL Server. The difference between this one is that we are doing this one inside Power BI. So when we do DAX formula, we do calculations. So DAX formula are used in measures, calculated columns, calculated tables, and row level security, or the RLS. Measures. Measures are dynamic calculation expressions that contains formulas wherein it is the result that change depending on context or the formula or logic inside the expression. Measures are used in reporting that supports combining and filtering model data by using multiple variables or R attributes such as Power BI reports or Excel pivot table. Measures are created by using the DAX formula bar in the model designer. Calculated columns is a computed object based on formula expression derived from all parts of other tables or on the same model. So instead of querying and loading values into your new table columns from a data source, a DAX formula defines the table values. RLS, or the row level security. This is where DAX formula must evaluate to a Boolean true or false condition, defining whether the member of a particular role can enter that table or can retrieve a value or a content inside that table. For example, you have here a table customer, and then it contains a column named country. So all the member that resides on the country equal to USA can only retrieve this following values. So this is a good example of how RLS works. Now we go to functions. So there are different functions of DAX. So let's get started on this one. First, the aggregate function. So this is a scalar value function wherein it includes example of count, sum, average, minimum, or maximum for all row in a column or table as defined by the expression. Next, the date and time. Obviously, it includes function that deals with date and time. It's similar on Excel, and then the DAX function for date and time starts on March 1, 1900s. Next is the filter function, returns specific data type, look up values in related tables, and filtered by related values. It's the same thing in SQL Server using where clause. Financial functions. These are DAX that are used in formulas that performs financial calculations, such as net present value and rate of return, and many more. Logical functions. Logical functions acts upon an expression to return information about the values in the expression, wherein you're gonna create an expression and then it will display or create an output of whether it's true or false. Text functions. Text function in DAX are very similar to their counterparts in Excel. You can return parts of string, search for text within a string, or connect a string value to another. So that's how the text function works. Mathematical or trigonometric function. DAX also perform this kind of functions, just like the Excel mathematical and trigonometric functions. Some minor differences exist on numeric data types used by DAX functions. This includes the sine, cosine, SOHCAHTOA, or the cosecant, cotangent, and tangent. So or all the trigo functions and formula. Now, we go to variables. So variables in DAX can be compared to in a programming, you're creating a variable. It's the same thing. So here in DAX, you define variable as you can create variables within an expression by using var. It's a technically not a function. It's a keyword, a reserved word to store the result of an expression as a named variable. For example, you have a variable total quantity here, and then this total quantity has an expression wherein it will use a sum function that uses the sales table and then the column, and then it will return a value. So if total quantity is greater than 1000 and total quantity is we're gonna be multiplied to 0.95, and then if false, it will be multiplied to total quantity multiplied by 1.25, something like that. So that's how variable works. So please follow and subscribe to my channel, Prof Dale, or Prof Dale for YouTube YouTube channel Prof Dale 7. And then if you would like to avail our paid training, you can visit our Facebook iMerge IT Consultancy. Thank you and have a nice day.